Hi everybody, my name's James Downs and I'm an assistant professor and the head of the Politics and Public Administration program at Hong Kong Metropolitan University. There are several key important issues across the European Union right now. Key issues include the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, issues relating to climate change and immigration. The June 2024 EU Parliament election will be the most important EU Parliament election to date. The last two elections have seen a trend of right-wing populist and Eurosceptic parties increasing their vote and seat shares. It's really important to remember that there's no single ideological bloc which represents populist radical right-wing parties inside the European Parliament. Instead, these parties are fragmented and spread out. The European Conservative and Reformist Party grouping includes a combination of national conservative and populist radical right parties via Poland's Law and Justice Party and the Brothers of Italy Party. In contrast, the newer ideological bloc, the Identity and Democracy grouping, was founded in 2014 and features populist radical right-wing parties across the spectrum: France's National Rally, Italy's League, and the Alternative for Germany Party. The upcoming 2024 European Parliament election is likely to lead to a record number of populist radical right Eurosceptic parties being elected. The two main right-wing party groupings are likely to see the biggest gains, alongside the European Conservative and Reformist grouping. If current polling projections are correct, there will be an even larger number of Eurosceptic populist radical right-wing parties being elected. Though the centre-right European People's Party would still be the largest party bloc inside the European Parliament, it would face many more difficulties in passing its policies inside the EU Parliament. There are deep and big fears inside the EU that Commission President Ursula von der Leyen's EU Green New Deal could be killed off by a combination of climate change denying right-wing parties after the next election. However, the rise of populist radical right-wing parties inside the European Parliament is unlikely to cause a huge political earthquake for the future of the EU project. There is a lack of unity amongst populist radical right-wing parties inside the European Parliament. It's also incredibly difficult for these parties to translate national-level success to the EU level. There are massive ideological differences between both blocs, the European Conservative and Reformist faction and the Identity and Democracy faction inside the European Parliament. Europe's populist radical right is split into two main ideological camps. Nearer the centre are soft Eurosceptics who tend to sit together with the European Conservatives and Reformist Party grouping, Giorgia Meloni's Brothers of Italy Party, and the Sweden Democrats, who tend to be really extremist overall. Further to the right is the Identity and Democracy grouping. This group includes a wide range of politicians from different countries, like Marine Le Pen's party, the Alternative for Germany, the Freedom Party of Geert Wilders, which came top in the recent Dutch national parliamentary election in 2023, but they've yet to form a government because of many different power-sharing complexities inside Dutch politics. The key question is about remaining in the EU, and this divides many of the parties. The French National Rally used to advocate for leaving, but has completely changed course on the issue in a bid for a centrist appeal. Same in the Netherlands with Geert Wilders. Some populist radical right party leaders, such as Viktor Orban in Hungary, believe that they can change the EU completely from the inside. However, the Alternative for Germany party and the Austrian Freedom Party would still like to leave the EU, effectively adopting a Brexit-like strategy. Therefore, the populist radical right will likely have the most representation that it's ever seen in its history inside the European Parliament after the next elections. However, ideological divisions will make it very difficult for the populist radical right to have any form of unity or real power inside the European Parliament.